Ferrari can win it all as soon as next year, but only if they do everything Lewis Hamilton says. Is giving a driver that much power the modern way of doing things? Let's find out right now. A former Formula One star has shared his thoughts on Lewis Hamilton's chances of competing for a world title with Ferrari next season. The seven-time champion is set to leave Mercedes and join the iconic Italian team in 2025, taking on a fresh challenge in his racing career. Hamilton has faced some tough seasons recently, with Max Verstappen taking over as the dominant force in F1. Despite being in the later stages of his career, Hamilton has been open about his ambition to continue adding trophies to his impressive collection. Hamilton's determination to show he can still compete at the highest level has been evident several times this season. He celebrated an emotional win at Silverstone in front of his home crowd, quickly followed by another victory in Belgium. But his hopes of finishing strong with Mercedes seem to have faded, as he and teammate George Russell have struggled since the summer break. Together, they've managed just one podium finish in their last 4 races, causing them to fall further behind Ferrari, along with title contenders Red Bull and McLaren. Hamilton is hoping that a change of scenery in 2025 will lead to a turnaround in his fortunes, and former F1 driver Juan Pablo Montoya believes the 105-time race winner will be a serious contender at the top of the standings this time next year. He told Gambling Zone, "I think we'll see the Lewis of old. He's going to be out with a revenge to prove everybody wrong and show everybody they were wrong about him. I think if everything lines up, I think Lewis can be a huge threat for a championship. If Ferrari really wants to succeed, they really need to listen to what Lewis needs and build a car around him that Lewis wants. Giving a driver this much influence won't sit well with Mattia Binotto if he were still around. As a matter of fact, Lewis Hamilton likely wouldn't have been able to make his Hollywood move to Ferrari if Bonnato were still the team principal. Bonnato was replaced by Frederick Vasseur after he left at the end of 2022, and if Bonnato, now the chief at Audi's F1 team, were still in charge, Hamilton wouldn't have had that opportunity. When asked by Corriere della Sera if he would have considered bringing Hamilton to Ferrari, Bonnato responded saying, "No, but he did very well to go to Ferrari. I agree with his decision." In explaining his reasoning, Bonnato mentioned that Hamilton's future Ferrari teammate Charles Leclerc, who has been with the team since 2019 after coming up through their academy, should be the focal point of their F1 title challenge. He said, "Because Ferrari had set their sights on other drivers, and if the talent is Leclerc, he is the one who somehow I think should be taken to the target." But there's also another reason why Mattia Binotto won't pull the trigger on Lewis Hamilton. He believes that Max Verstappen is the best driver on the current Formula One grid. Verstappen kicked off the 2024 season in strong form, winning 4 of the first 5 races, but he soon faced tough competition from McLaren's Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri as the Papaya Orange team effectively executed their upgrade packages. This resulted in Verstappen and Red Bull Racing losing their edge in both championships. Despite these challenges, Verstappen still leads the drivers' standings by 52 points over Norris in second place, which likely influenced Bonato's assessment of him as the best driver on the current F1 grid. When asked if Verstappen is the strongest of the bunch, he said, "Max Verstappen is still the best F1 driver and is proving it in a Red Bull car less effective than others." Fred Vasseur naturally does not share the same opinion. He commented on Lewis Hamilton's recruitment at the start of the season, noting that it highlights the progress the Italian team has made recently. According to him, these advancements ultimately convinced the British driver to join the prancing horse. After facing tough seasons under Bonato's leadership, the Maranello team has been on the rise for the past 2 years, and is currently in the hunt for the constructors' title alongside Red Bull. These renewed ambitions played a role in Hamilton's decision to join Ferrari, especially given his special relationship with the French team manager. "It hasn't been so difficult to convince Lewis," assures Fred Vasseur in comments relayed by La Gazzetta dello Sport. "I remember that in 2004, we were together in the Euro Series D F3. At that time, he was linked to McLaren Mercedes, but he already had in mind that sooner or later he would go to Ferrari. We talked about it a long time ago. He always had this desire in mind, but obviously he is a driver who wants guarantees in terms of performance. If he chose to join Ferrari, it confirms to me that we will be able to have the right car. That's the ultimate goal." The two men have developed a strong relationship over the years, dating back to 2005 when the Brit drove in the Formula 3 Euro Series with ASM, a team founded by Frederick Vasseur. After winning the championship that year, Hamilton moved to GP2, now Formula 2, with ART Grand Prix, another team co-founded by Vasseur with Nicolas Tot in 2004. For Vasseur, bringing Hamilton on board means the team now has two very fast and capable drivers. However, he emphasises the importance of ensuring that the entire team provides them with equipment that aligns with their ambitions. A driver like Lewis doesn't come to us for a vacation, and from my side, I think we're on the right track in terms of performance. We need a step forward, and I can say that we are devoting a lot of resources to our next project. Vasseur also commended his other driver, Charles Leclerc, highlighting that he never opposed the move to bring Hamilton on board. Charles has always agreed to Lewis's arrival, and that pushed me to do everything I could to make it happen. Strangely, it wasn't difficult to bring him to Maranello. And when I realised that Charles had always been positive towards Lewis, because he understood it was an opportunity for him, I pushed even harder. Charles Leclerc echoed his boss's sentiments, noting that he also had the chance to meet Hamilton in the junior categories. He believes that Hamilton's arrival will be nothing but beneficial for Ferrari, as it brings in a seasoned driver who knows exactly how to secure championships. "Fred is not my girlfriend," Leclerc joked. "I have always been aware of the negotiations between Lewis and Ferrari. I knew that this possibility existed. Everything was very transparent. I was the first to say that for me, having a teammate of this caliber would be motivating. When you have a 7-time world champion driving your own car, it's a super interesting challenge. I also have a very good relationship with Lewis, and I am sure that will be the case in the future. It's certain that with Lewis I will dispel some doubts about certain things he knows how to do." The Monegasque driver anticipates that Lewis Hamilton will have a huge impact on Ferrari. He believes the 7-time champion's vast experience will not only benefit the team, but also serve as extra motivation for both the squad and himself as Hamilton's teammate. With Carlos Sainz making way for the Brit, Leclerc will be racing alongside Hamilton. During an appearance on F1's Beyond the Grid podcast, the 26-year-old expressed his enthusiasm about how the veteran driver can enhance the Italian team's performance. "When a champion like Lewis gets to any team, it brings a lot of motivation out of every single person," Leclerc explained. "He will come along with all the experience that he's had over the years with Mercedes, a different way of working, a different vision, and this is always benefiting a team." From a personal standpoint, Leclerc believes that Hamilton will set a strong benchmark for him to measure his own performance against. "Obviously, for me, it's going to be amazing because I'll have in the same car as me the most successful driver in F1 history," Leclerc continued. "That will be both extremely interesting for me to learn from one of the best ever, as well as a really big challenge and motivation to beat Lewis and to show what I'm capable of. With Lewis joining the team, he will definitely be a benchmark, so it will be very important for me to be on my top level." Reflecting on what he will miss about Carlos Sainz, the 7-time race winner spoke warmly about their relationship, while also acknowledging that they've had their share of disagreements during on-track moments. "I think we get on very, very well," said Leclerc. "Yes. There have been many moments where, inside the helmet, I hated him, and he hated me, because we didn't view the situation in the same way. But everything was fixed after a discussion between us two. We share many interests, and we've had a lot of memorable moments that I will remember forever. How about you? What will you miss most about the Charles Leclerc-Carlos Sainz pairing? Comment your answer down below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.